Hello everybody, welcome back. A little bit of a different video. I don't really talk at you guys very much and I don't really want to make it a habit, but we are going to do that today, and I think that this is for like it'll be a good thing. We're going to come closer together. It'll be great. So, first things first. It's been a hell of a year. 2020 sucked. You all know that. I'm not here to put out a heartfelt message like all the random commercials out there. It is what it is. A lot of us are just surviving, hustling and surviving the best we can. There are a lot of people that are on their butts, and that sucks. And I hope that we can all pull through this with some semblance of the American dream and American spirit that we have cultivated since the 1700s. So I sincerely hope that all of you are doing well. I just hope you're doing well. First things first, let's start with a little bit of a challenge. Okay? This is simple. My challenge to you, let's make 2021 a bit more positive. In the past few years, we have seen the absolute worst of ourselves. It's not just one thing or another, it's the worst in ourselves. May that be social media, the news, politicians, whatever, doesn't matter. We have seen the worst in ourselves lately. And I think we all need to take a step back, breathe a bit, and start to get a little introspective, reflect a bit more, meditate on some things, and let's try and make this year positive. Not just say we want to make it positive. Let's make it so. Okay? Power of positivity and the power of willpower can do amazing things. And we have it within us to do that. I really, truly believe that. So let's make this year positive. And I challenge all of you to help make it positive. Put your best foot forward. Put a smile on your face when you can. Be positive. And I'll tell you what, if we can all do that, and maybe watch a little less news, maybe pay a little less attention to social media, maybe we'll get there. Maybe. But that's my challenge. I want to try and be far more positive this year. I want to see the positivity in others as well, though. So let's try that. The second thing, this is a bit of a cause that I'm getting on here, and I hope that you guys can understand. So a lot of people have been suffering, right? A lot of people. When I was a kid, well, even now, some of the memories I'm going to share are from when I was younger, but my parents own a small business, and they have since, you know what? I don't remember when it was actually established. Sometime in the early 90s, I want to say. So it's been almost 30 years, we'll give or take, that they have ran a business. When I was 13, 14, somewhere in that realm, I got my first job, which was a joke. It was, it felt a lot more important than what it was. But, you do a few little things here and there, and you feel good, and you make a little money. I learned a ton of lessons through that. I learned about money. I learned about taxes. I learned about, just busying yourself, staying on task, patience. I wasn't getting paid much, but there again, I wasn't doing a ton either. Again, it felt like I was, but I really wasn't when I look back. But my parents made me keep track of my hours individually to the minute. They had me calculate how much I was getting paid based upon my effective hourly rate. So dumb. They made me calculate the taxes, the taxes that were coming out, and they had me do all that stuff because they knew it would be valuable. These sort of things aren't taught in schools. It's nuts. But it was a good lesson. It was a very good lesson to learn. And here's a little story. So I'm working. One of the other guys that worked for them at the time had a PlayStation 1 that he wanted to sell. I don't remember if PS1 was all that new at the time. I feel like it had been out for a little while, and we were probably getting into the PS2 era, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. I wanted that PS1. Like, don't get it twisted. I wanted that PS1. So he wanted $50 for it. So I worked for it. And I came up with the money. I gave him the money. I brought home a PS1. I had Crash Team Racing, one game for a little while. One controller and one game, Crash Team Racing. I still love that game, and they remastered it recently. It's so good. It was such a fun kart racer. Got a few more games, yada, yada, yada. Well, not a huge gamer, really. Wasn't even then, but you got friends, you talk about games, so on and so forth. So I learned that in order to get what I wanted, I had to have money in most cases. And in order to get money, you got to work for it. I didn't have an allowance. I had to work for it. And so I did. And I got what I needed. And that was, what I wanted. What I needed, different story. But anyway, doesn't matter. So I have a lot of fond memories of that. I have some not so fond memories, but I learned so much from those early experiences. And not everybody gets those. So, you're probably saying, it's like, okay, so what is this? What does this mean? Well, it's trifold. 3 things. 1, I would like each and every one of you to think about shopping locally. Shop more local. Local shop more. Whatever. In my town, I have a coffee shop that I love. It's great to just go in there and sit in the big leather chairs with your friends and talk and enjoy the ambiance. But, they make great coffee, and it's not as expensive as a lot of the chains. And that coffee is way better than your Starbucks, your Dunkin' Donuts, your Timmy Hortons, all that good stuff. And it's, by and large, cheaper. It's just coffee from a local place. Across the street from that is a great little bakery, homemade baked goods. It's fantastic. Down the road from there is a specialty shop that does a lot of like cheeses and meats. God, I went in there and had cheeses from all over the world. And it's so good. I love cheese and I love meat. But it's awesome to go in there and just peruse and, get a little sample and get something new. Just try something new. My favorite Mexican restaurant is on the Strip. We've got a little wood-fired pizza place making like the old world Italian pizzas, not just your Domino's or whatever. It's great. It's a great spot to go to. What else? I mean, they're great little antique shop you can go to and get random stuff. There's good bars, cigar shop. There's a little game store. All local owned and operated businesses. I try and go when I can. Music shops, get my guitar strings and, peruse guitars and amps and stuff. So shop local. Help these people out in your community. And I'll tell you what, here's another thing. Fast food. A lot of those fast food places are franchised. So that means that somebody purchased that franchise. Yeah, they get some help starting it up, but then they're kind of left on their own. In my life, I've worked construction. I've worked in restaurants. I managed a Pizza Hut, which was a bit larger franchisee, but it was all based in Ohio. They had several restaurants under an umbrella, but it was all Ohio. It wasn't owned in New York. It was, located the offices were located in Akron. Pretty sure it was Akron or somewhere around the Akron area. It doesn't matter, but regardless, it's been years ago. But regardless, it was not like some big corporation. They just happened to have quite a few different Pizza Huts. It was just a couple guys. They just started it up, and then they grew it, and they employed a lot of people. Wendy's, one of the Wendy's I go to is a franchise. It's locally owned and operated. There's nothing wrong with going to those places. Well, I mean, maybe don't go to them every day. Get a little clogging of the arteries, but you have to consider that too. Don't leave them out in the cold. A lot of those places are locally owned and operated. Most of them stamp it on their doors or they have it somewhere on a website or whatever. So you can figure that out and support local places. It's great. It's a good thing to do. So that's the first thing. Shop local. I don't want to see a future where the only places I can go are Amazon and Walmart. No offense to them. I shop on Amazon. I go to Walmart sometimes. But I don't want to see a world where that's all we have. I don't want to see the dream of the mom and pop shop die completely. In my hometown, we still have it's so rare to find these, but it is an appliance store. A mom and pop shop appliance store. You can go in there and get a washer and dryer. Fridge, new washer and dryer. Well, why not go to Lowe's? Support a local business. And it's amazing that they're still there. I just drove through that downtown area and they're still there. I thought that they were gone. They're still there. That's great. That's great to see. So shop local. Try it. Try your best to shop local. You're going to shop anyway. So at least shop in your hometown if you can. Second part. Something to help me with. If you are a small business, own a small business, have a small business that you like, drop it in the comments. Send me an email, daves45auto@gmail.com. Let me know. I would love to feature them in some small way on the channel. My reach isn't huge, but I would like to help support in whatever way I can. So if you have something that you would like featured, drop it in the comments. I'll look it up. Send me an email. Again, daves45auto@gmail.com. If you have a product or something that kind of aligns with what we do here, the P.O. Box has been down in the description forever. I actually just went through one that was sent to me here recently. You'll probably see it next week or the week after or something like that. It'll be out there. Just some random business sent me something. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know who they were, but it was great. It's a small business. So if you have someone you would like shouted out, I would love to do it. One of the things that we're going to tweak a little bit here and there is I'm going to try and incorporate more small businesses in a lot of the reviews. I'd like some more small hot sauces. I'd like some more small I've been doing, small business coffees for a while. I mean, like Bones Coffee, Dr. Bean, those are small businesses. I would love to continue. Bones has actually gotten quite a bit bigger, which is awesome. But again, I would love to feature some, and I'm doing research on stuff here in Ohio. You're going to see some stuff that, you might not see in your area, but because I like them and because I can find them in Ohio, I'm going to feature them. And I think that's just something that I should do. So if you have recommendations, send them to me. I'd love to hear it. I would love to review it. I'd love to check it out. I'd love to shout it out. And we might have some individual weekend videos, kind of like local business spotlights. So that's something to think about. Help me to help them. I would definitely appreciate suggestions. So the final thing here is, again, I get it. We're all struggling. But again, if you have the means, I have found something that I believe in, that I want to put forward that maybe, if you guys want, help out with. So this is basically a charity. Didn't start too long ago, but, and I know some people are going to be a little bit hesitant because, I don't want to say, I think the controversy is largely overblown, but so Barstool Sports, back when I was in college, Barstool Sports, the blog, we read the blog. It was just one of those publications that we read because it was sports and we were young. We were kids and we loved sports, and this was kind of something that aligned with things that we enjoyed. And I followed them periodically throughout the years since college. But the founder, Dave Portnoy, was challenged on Twitter to put up $500,000 of his own money to help small businesses. Because he'd been doing rants, and it's like, what are we going to do? How do we do this? Somebody challenged him, and instead of just dropping money into some random whatever, he built his own charity called the Stool Fund. And I'm going to put links down below to this if you want to contribute. They've been selling a lot of merch, and a lot of the merchandise that they sell on the main like Barstool store site, a lot of it goes to specific businesses. But the main Barstool Fund, as of right now, has raised over $17 million. And they have, so $17 million based upon 135,468 supporters. And they have individually helped, just to this point, 65 businesses. 65 businesses. And just a bit of an explanation, you know, from what I've researched so that you guys just aren't left for that. But if you are a small business, what you do is you apply for help. Essentially, you give Barstool essentially like a summary of like, what's going on? Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. Why do you need the money? How much do you need? And then if you're selected, and I don't know much about the selection process, it is what it is. Read the site. But if you're selected, you know, effectively they give you a call and they give you the money. They just give you the money to help out, to keep you running. And they, you know, if you go on like Dave's Instagram or Twitter, he's posted videos of the calls to these people. They've helped out restaurants. They've helped out, you know, there was like a dry cleaner, like a generational, not just some like new startup, but like a generational dry cleaning business, a yoga studio, just random stuff, small businesses. And, you know, these people, their reaction is so genuine because they're on the edge. They're on the edge of losing everything that they have fought for. And it's an amazing thing to see these people supported, because who's supporting them? Nobody. And I gotta tell you, man, running a small business isn't like, these people aren't millionaires. They're not raking in the cash. It's just not how it works. You know, the dream of most small business owners is to take a couple vacations here and there and just wake up every day and go work. That's all they want. And that's been taken away from a lot of people. There are businesses that will never open again. Businesses that have been around for 50, 100 years that will never open again. And listen, pandemic, I'm not here to debate COVID. I'm not here to debate response to COVID. I mean, it's real. It's not something to joke around about. And there was a response, but it's a virus, man. We've done what we could, but we can't let these places just die out. So if you have the means, I'm going to be donating. Again, I'm not made of money. I'm going to be donating what I can. But if you have the means and you find this fund to be credible, again, do your research, folks. I'm just telling you what I know about it, and I'm telling you that I believe in it. Whether you support it or not is completely up to you. And if you don't, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. But if you want to, I'll put the links down below. And again, like I said, I've seen the stories, I've seen the results, and they're helping people. They're helping people, and that's pretty damn amazing. Because nobody else is just directly getting involved with businesses in that way. So, again, I really hope that this year, this new year, this 2021, turns around for us. I hope that we stay positive. I hope that we support each other. I hope that we decrease the negativity. I hope that we support local business. I hope that you give me ideas for things to put on the channel, because I want to support them in what little way I can. And I hope that if you can help, you help them out. And help each other out. Even if you don't want to support small business, lift each other up. because at the end of the day, we're all we got. Sincerely. So that's all I got. That's all I got for today. Again, help if you can. Support local business. They need us now, and we need them, because the small business world is the backbone of this country. It really is. Without them, we'd be hurting. So, leave a comment down below. Let me know your local business. If it's something that I can put on the channel, I will. I have some ideas of people that I know that produce some things that aren't necessarily like in line with a lot of stuff we do on the channel, but I'll be hucking them. I'll be helping them out if I can. We'll be doing little spots here and there, maybe some independent videos, but if you have something that you believe in, comment down below. Hit the old like button for me for algorithmic purposes. And if you haven't subscribed, I would greatly appreciate a subscription. So anyway, folks, hopefully you have a great rest of your day, a great year, and more to come, more videos to come. I'm still chugging videos out there, 5-ish days a week. I've got a lot of new ideas for other things, and hopefully you guys find a little bit of entertainment out of the dumb little videos I do. So that's all for today. You guys have a good one. See ya.